for your assignment today. So volume of cones is very similar to what we did previously with the volume of square base pyramids. All right, so we have, this is exactly what you're going to see on the IXL. You have an image that's showing you the height and, in this case, the radius of a cone. You need to find the right formula. So if you're looking on your formula sheet, this is the formula that we would use to find the volume of a cone. Now, also take note that our image here is showing me all the dimensions or all the measurements that we would use for a cone. It does include the slant height, right? That's what the L stands for. But we are not going to use it because our formula does not require us having to know or to use the slant height. And I say that with a caveat, but I'm going to show you guys why in a second. All right. So let's first start out by filling out our Desmos calculator with the formula. And so you would type it in exactly as you see it. I did that last time too. All right, so for pi, we're going to use 3.14 r squared times height. Okay, now let's go down here. We are going to need r equals. We're going to need h equals, and that's going to be it. All right. So yeah, our formula looks the exact same, and we're going to roll with it. All right, so here, what is my radius? So notice that, or if we remember, your radius is half of the distance across the circle. This one showing me that 18 centimeters is the distance across the entire circle. So all I got to do is take 18 and cut it in half. So 18 divided by 2. So 9 is what my radius is. What is my height? My height is 10 centimeters. So then my volume for this cone would be 847.8. You just got to pay attention to your IXL, and whatever assignment or answer is asking you, whatever the question is asking you to put your answer in, as far as rounding it to the nearest whole number, rounding it to the nearest tenth, or whatever. All right. Oh, this time we got a word problem. So it says a cone has a height of 18 meters. All right. So let's put 18 instead of 10. And a radius of 10 meters. Is giving me the radius already, so I don't have to divide it in half. All right, a radius of 10 meters. What is the volume? And round your answer to the nearest hundredths. So this one is actually a nice whole number. So 1,884. See, look how easy this is. We Gucci. The only thing that's going to trip you guys up is in questions like this, where it says that a cone has a height of 19 millimeters and a diameter of 30 millimeters. So I got to realize that I got to do 30 divided by 2. 30 divided by 2. This is the only thing that's going to be tripping you guys up as you guys are working on this, is because it'll give you either the diameter or it's going to give you the radius. You have to figure out which one is which and which one you're going to be using in your formula, because your radius, your formula calls for you to use the radius and not the diameter. So just kind of, if it's a diameter, you got to dice it. All right. So then my answer here is 4,000. Oh, round your answer to the nearest hundredths. 4,474.5, and that's already rounded. So we Gucci. All right. Next one up. My height is 16 feet. And my radius is 14 feet. I don't have to divide it in half because it's already cut in half. So my answer for this one, this one, this one they probably would say like, yo, round it to the nearest hundredths or the nearest tenths or something like that. All right, next one up. So our height on this one is 14, and our radius on this one is going to be 26 divided by 2, because that line is going all the way across. That's the diameter, so I got to divide it. All right, so my answer here would be 2,476.4, more than likely, if they're asking us to, round it up. All right, so here is where you're going to get into some like really weird ones. All right, it says that the volume of the cone is 803.84. So my volume is going to equal 883.4. Okay. Cubic yards. What is the radius of the cone? So this is what my formula is. I'm going to have to try to, let me see if I can do this over here like this. And let's go to Desmos. And it's going to be difficult for me to kind of do this on the screen like this, but we're going to try this out. All right. So the question said 803.84. So 803.84 is my volume. Times 1/3. So I'm just pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm substituting the volume because it gave us what the volume is. I'm going to substitute that into my equation or my formula here. Times 3.14 r squared times height. Okay, go back to the question here. The volume is this, and then the height is 12. So for the height, I'm going to put 12 right here. Oh, that's wrong. There we go. Chill, yo. Hey, yo. I can't. What is my life? What the world? All right, there we go. We finally got it. 12. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to solve for the radius. I'm going to delete / erase. Actually, yeah, I'm going to delete and erase all this stuff right here. So the way that you would do this is this kind of a whole draw the river, box up your variable kind of question here. All right. I'm going to first start doing 1/3 times 3.14. All right. So 1/3 times 3.14. And my answer, and so that's my answer right there. Let me bump it down to my answer. And then I'm going to take that and I'm also going to multiply that by 12. So that times 12. So now I'm going to take this answer and I'm going to subtract it from here. So I'm going to do 803.84 minus 12.56. All right, so that's what I got there. So now I'm going to take that answer, and pretty much what I'll end up with here is this number right here is pretty much what it should look like. And then on this side, I should be left with r squared. So how do I find what the radius is? I would have to take this answer and find the square root of it. So I'm going to drop it down here, and 791.28. So my radius on this specific question should be 28.1. Let me see if we can do another one. And this time I'm going to bring the calculator over to this side and I'm going to see if I can draw here. All right. So again, our formula is this right here. It tells me that the volume of this cone is, wow, why do they have to make it such a complicated big number? 0.64, and this is going to be equal to 1/3 times 3.14 times what is the height of the cone? All right, this is my radius, so times 12 squared times the height, which we don't know. That's what we're trying to find out what the height is. All right. So here is where we're going to draw a river. All right. Instead of boxing up my variable h, I see that I have 1/3 times 3.14 times 12 squared. Actually, I said that this is a draw your river, box up your variable stuff. That is true, but this is a don't call my cell after midnight. So do I need to distribute? No. Can I combine like terms? Yes. I can combine 1/3 times 3.14 times 12 squared times h. Actually, no, that's it. All right, and what do I get? I get 150.72. So all of this here equals 150.72 h, right? Or times h. So what am I going to do instead? I'm going to divide both sides by 150. Oh my gosh, I hate drawing on this thing. I can't emphasize that enough. 7.2. All right. So over here, let's go ahead and do that. So what is 1808.64 divided by 150.72? And I get 12. So that means that the height of this cone right here should be 12. So 12 equals h. I trust me, I get it. I sympathize with y'all. If y'all like, man, that's really hard, that's really complicated and stuff like that. Don't get scared if you end up with a big funky number with a bunch of decimals. Like, that does not matter. Just trust the process. You know what I mean? Have confidence in yourself. All right. That's all I got for you guys. good luck on the assignment. Look back through this video if you guys get confused, and look back through this example specifically because this is the one that is probably more helpful. All right, good luck. Peace.